let's move on to this segment. Really found it stunning. I found out about it recently when other tennis stars were posting, and I want to try and get the timeline as good as possible because I think that public attention on this could actually mean a life or death situation. So Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai, I'm sorry anybody who is Chinese that I'm saying that incorrectly. The timeline on this begins on November 3rd. So let's put this up there on the screen. She posted on Chinese version of social media that she had been sexually abused 3 years ago by a high-ranking married Communist Party official. She said that he rekindled their previous affair in 2018 by coercing her into bed despite her crying and telling him that she did not want to. Now, this isn't just any high-ranking communist official. He's a 75-year-old Zhang Zhou. He was the former vice premier of China, and by many accounts is well into the multi-billion-dollar territory of the oligarchs there within the CCP. One of the most powerful men in China. There is really just there's no disputing that.
Political Bureau.
Exactly. He was on the Politburo, the 7-member standing committee of the Political Bureau within the CCP, and household name, in China. Now, you put that all together, and again, we were pointing to her like, oh, is she really good? Yeah, she's 14th in the world in global standing, and one of the top...
number one ranked in the world in doubles.
Right, number one ranked in the world in doubles. So after she posted that, overnight, she was disappeared from the Chinese social media. It was completely gone. We have a screenshot in that Daily Mail article that we put up, which had the allegation in a lengthy social media post on Weibo. Quickly deleted before her account was then heavily censored. Now, since that time, she has not been seen in public.
Yeah.
Period. She has not been seen at all. She once again had described this very vivid encounter of crying, essentially being raped by the senior Communist Party official, and then that her account was deleted and she hasn't been seen. Now, increasingly, there have been calls from Naomi Osaka and Novak Djokovic who have been posting about this saying, hey, where is Peng Shuai? What's happening? Has she been arrested? Why has she not been seen in public? Yesterday, the story got even more bizarre. And let's put this on the screen. This is from CGTN Official. For those of you who don't know what CGTN is, the international media, arm of the CCP's television network. Here's what she says. Well, not she. This is what a statement purporting to her says. Hello, everyone. This is Peng Shuai. Regarding the recent news on the official website of the WTA, the content has no confirmed or verified by myself. It was released without my consent. The news in that release, including an allegation of sexual assault, is not true. I'm not missing, nor am I unsafe. I've just been resting at home and everything is fine. Thank you again for caring about me. If the WTA publishes any more news about me, please verify it with me and release it with my consent. As a professional tennis player, I thank you all for your companionship and consideration. I hope to promote Chinese tennis with you all if I have the chance in the future. If being a key, I hope Chinese tennis will become better and better. Once again, thank you for your consideration. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what exactly is going on, the WTA, what they're pointing to, is the Tennis Association said that the statement they're reacting to that only raises their concerns as to her safety and her whereabouts. So they have repeatedly tried to reach her now on numerous forms of communication to no avail. So what you're seeing there is that after she put out that statement, they're basically saying, no, the WTA did it. And don't believe anything that they say. And maybe you'll see me in the future. I'm just quietly resting at home. By the way, I love China.
No one believes that this message came from Peng Shuai. Nobody believes that. And I want to say the WTA, to their credit, they put on a really strong statement.
They're sticking by her.
And they said that the statement released today by Chinese state media only raises our concerns. I have a hard time believing Peng Shuai actually wrote the email we received or believes what is being attributed to her. She displayed incredible courage in describing an allegation of sexual assault against a former top official in the Chinese government. The WTA and the rest of the world needs independent and verifiable proof that she is safe. And as you said, they have repeatedly tried to reach her via numerous forms of communications to no avail. Peng Shuai must be allowed to speak freely without coercion or intimidation from any source. Now, just so you understand how dire this is, it was November 2nd when she posted this.
So it's been 16 days.
To social media. So this has been weeks now that she has not been heard from. And she's, a big tennis star on that national stage. In China, she is a household name. I mean, she's a rock star because she's the best Chinese tennis player that has ever lived. She's the highest ranked in terms of doubles. And so she is extraordinarily famous and well-known in China. And no one has seen or heard from her since this happened. They locked her account. Reports are that if you even post about her or about this official, or even say things like tennis on, is it Weibo? Is that what it's called? On Weibo,
we're
which
not
is like
pronouncing it correctly,
their version of Twitter.
Yeah.
Then that will be censored and blocked. You can't post comments to her account, which is completely locked. You can search for her and find her account, but you can't post or comment or anything on it. And of course, that initial post alleging sexual harassment was taken down within 30 minutes.
Wow.
So this is just a terrible situation, and terrifying, and I think also obviously reveals how threatened they are by any sort of challenge to their authority or any questions about their morals or ethics or any of that. And I don't know what to say other than this is just incredibly dire. As you said, some top stars, Djokovic and Naomi Osaka, have been speaking out, asking people to pay attention to this, calling for her, for her to be let free or whatever's going on here. But this is a very, very troubling developments here. And at this point, we have no idea what's going on. But obviously that statement that was released that was allegedly from her, there is no way that came from her. No one believes that came from her.
Nobody believes that whatsoever. It also shows you how stupid and terrible they are, even at pretending to put out propaganda.
Yeah,
like
very
this.
well said.
But we're only 3 months away from the Beijing Winter Olympics. That's another thing which is on top of this. And if I had to guess, she thought that she might be able to get away with it because the entire world would be watching what was happening ahead of the Winter Olympics. And right now, there's a big diplomatic showdown. The U.S. allegedly is not, or reportedly, is not going to be sending any diplomats to the Beijing Games, including the president or anyone else, kind of as a diplomatic boycott of Beijing about what's happening there. But
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's very rare, actually. Almost akin to a total boycott. They said they didn't want to do that because obviously it would punish the athletes, and that's ultimately not what you want to do. But the world of sport, is watching exactly what's happening in Beijing very closely. And if I was Naomi Osaka or Djokovic, this is not a joke. They will be punished for what they did. The CCP does not forget. If Djokovic or Naomi Osaka have deals with certain types of brands or posters or anything, they will be disappeared in China. I can guarantee you that ahead of what happens. And for any of our Olympians who speak out on this, if you watch the show, watch out, okay? Watch out whenever you're headed there. They will spy on you. They will, maybe come into your room, or intimidation tactics. They're absolutely not above that whatsoever. So,
well, what they're most likely to do is hit you in the pocketbook.
Yes,
money is
that's
their go-to move. And contrast the NBA's handling of situations with regard to China.
In that respect, thank you, Women's Tennis Association.
With the WTA. I mean, this is a potentially massive, lucrative market for them.
Oh,
they're
they
very
could
well
lose
aware
big,
of this.
yes.
I mean, they could lose, and they're, totally unequivocal in their support and continuing to shine a light on this, and seem to be totally unafraid of what it might mean from a, money capitalistic market perspective. So I do want to give them a lot of credit here, because we've seen it shouldn't take that much courage to call for, the release of someone we haven't seen in weeks and who may be in, incredibly dire trouble. But what we've seen before is that it apparently does take that kind of courage when people's money is at stake.
That's right. I hope we see her in the future sometime soon.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.